Ah, I pity you now. Poor people na full kirikiri. Me now continue that nonsense when I dey do. I dey see everything o. Me now continue. Now I go learn. All of now wey dey comment nonsense. Now I go soon learn. Me now continue.
Like wetin my eyes see. If I begin to talk, that is the meaning I can give to that is expression. Yeah, I don't know if the Baptist said while in prison, or maybe he did it himself. But he's had his dread cut off, shaved, everything shaved. He hasn't told us what happened though. I don't think they did that to him in there. Maybe he did, or by himself. I don't know. But that young man, what he saw in prison, probably for the rest of his life, he will have PTSD of that. And he kind of will be able to see the picture, the true picture of Nigeria that way. That prison in Nigeria, okay, is for the petty criminals or even those who are innocent. Imagine you buy a stolen good, right? And then you prove that you bought the stolen good out of, what do you call it, unknowingly. But you ended up spending 26 years. 26 years in prison. And what kind of a legal system does that to people? While those who have the career in looting billions, generational wealth, are the ones who are sitting in those executive governmental offices across the country. Those who are like economic saboteurs, who have sabotaged the system, those who have stolen the commonwealth of the people, they are walking about. They are being given chieftaincy titles. They are the executive representatives of that contraption all over the world. Or petty criminals are spending years. What kind of legal justice or criminal justice system is that? And that's true. If you go into their prisons, you'll get to see how effed up the contraption is. So if you are poor, it is actually a very big sin in Nigeria. It is only the poor that Nigeria happens to all the time. So when you hear the word, may Nigeria not happen to you, it's a prayer that shouldn't just pass you by without you saying amen, even though whether you say amen or not, like we are all awaiting victims anyway. What kind of a system is that? System where citizens are treated like slaves in their own country. Is pal, just like they declared this seeking guy wanted, they've declared this other pal as well wanted, and he's raised the alarm. So very soon you may hear that they've kidnapped him too, and send him to prison.
So now, it don't reach like this, Abby. It don't reach like this, so they pick everybody. Anyway, they say police come my working place, come they show them my picture. Say this guy is wanted. So now, police say don't declare me wanted. They find me too. Abby, no man, I respect this thing. We know, I respect this thing. So, police, if now one declare me wanted, it better make una put am for the whole social media platform. Make the whole Nigeria know. No be say na come kidnap you. Because if na come kidnap you, me and na go fight you. I dey tell una. As na kidnap seeking, and Mansi Young, me na no come kidnap you. Wanted, na go declare am. Wanted, say this guy is a criminal. Me na declare me wanted. Me na talk wetin I do. Me na put her in a banner. Me na post her. Me I no find me cause say you no wear. As I say you near me, no wear uniform. Me I go fight you because you no wear uniform. So now
that's it. They will declare you wanted, and they will begin to hunt for you. If they have to camp around your known route, they will do it until you are captured. And why? Because what you said about these roads online. So when my friend told me that, when I said, I've not done anything wrong. If I go to Nigeria, there's nothing anybody can hold me for because I've not done anything wrong. They said, no, you don't have to do anything wrong. Nigeria has become so lawless and captured by this bunch of criminals that this their fragile ego. The only way they can make themselves feel better once you hurt their feelings is for them to use the same instrument of government, instrument of states, the resources of states to track you down and lock you up because it makes them feel better. If people begin to say, free this, free that, free him, free Mayegun, free this and that, it makes them feel like, yes, we have asserted our authority, our control. We have shown to you how powerful we are. This is our, our space. You don't have to do anything wrong. All you have to do is just hurt somebody's feelings. Someone, even if you hurt their family members' feelings, then you have offended the law. It's as simple as that. Cyberbullying. You are bullying me on social media, bullying a governor, bullying a president, bullying the president's son, bullying the police IG. How? Because you have men of questionable character with fragile ego, low men of low mentality, low, credibility. They probably don't even have any credibility at all. That is what the contraption is. Unfortunately, you don't have to do anything wrong. Once you make them feel so little of themselves, that's it. And in that same contraption, Adeboye came out to ask all of us to go on 100 days fasting and prayer. 100 days. For Nigeria to get better, we need to come together and then fast and pray for 100 days. God damn it, man. That's going to be like until April. Fasting and prayer.
As I expected, I came across one of Nigeria's biggest church leaders declaring 100 days of fasting for Nigeria. He said the country will soon experience peace after the church's 100-day fast is over. Now, it will be completely delusional to think that these people do not know that these prayers and fasting absolutely do nothing to improve Nigeria's trajectory. Yet every new year, we start with these prayers for a better Nigeria. So I'm asking this morning, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria? Because if nations across the world were to argue as to who is God's favorite child, Nigeria will undoubtedly be seen as one of God's favorite children. God gave Nigeria everything, way more natural and human resources than most countries on earth. Arable land, no natural disasters, fantastic weather for agriculture, some of the most brilliant minds on earth, a people with the skills to thrive in any part of the world that we have found. God didn't fail Nigeria one bit. Nigerians failed Nigeria. God gave this nation fertile soil, rivers that flow like veins through the heart of the nation. Nigeria is not lacking in blessings that we need to pray for. It is instead drowning in gross mismanagement. So again, what more do you want God to do for Nigeria as you fast for 100 days? What more is God meant to do for our country? To choose your leaders for you? To help you jail your corrupt politicians? To help you properly utilize all the vast resources that he has already blessed us with? There's almost no nation on the continent that should have been at par with Nigeria in development and quality of life for its citizens. If you think about just the wealth we should have from oil alone, take a look at what other countries have done with their own oil wealth. Think of what the Niger Delta alone could look like if we managed our resources better. So stop praying to God to bless Nigeria. He's already blessed us beyond what we could ever imagine. And again, when you are calling on God to save Nigeria, what exactly do you want him to do? God is not going to run your elections for you. He's not going to run your justice system for you. He will not create a better constitution for Nigeria. All of those things were left for you to handle as Nigerians, the best that you could. But instead, we've allowed the worst to rule over us. We've placed tribe and religion over prosperity as a nation. We've allowed the destruction of our institutions by our fellow citizens. God didn't abandon Nigeria. Nigerians instead have laid our bed this way, and so we must lie on it. Your National Assembly members are singing on your mandate, we shall stand. One state governor cannot read his own budget figures. One state governor paid his children's school fees till graduation and is currently being welcomed home like a hero. Where do you want God to step in here? If your governor can't read his own budget figures, what do you want God to do in a situation like that? Again, we have laid our bed. Let us lie on it. Good morning.
Thank you. So to those of you who think God is a magician, you are blaspheming against that same God. God is not a magician. He is never, because it's act of hypocrisy for majority of you to be backing criminals, the known criminals, as Nigerians who love your oppressors differently. Is either you love them because they are from your tribe, or you practice the same religion with them, you know? So then you mock God. What do you want God to do for you? You want God to arrest your criminal leaders, the same ones that you are defending on social media, like fighting yourself, tearing yourselves apart. There are those who have created, created life for themselves, being tribal, ethnic jingoist on social media because of Tiknumbu. So what do you want God to do? You have criminals left, right, and center, from all ethnic, from all tribes, from all religion. Every one of them, feathering their own nest. And then you are praying to which God? Are you not mocking God? To those of you who are religious, is that not mocking God? Let's pray for Nigeria to be better. Are you mad, or are you not mad like this? Because it's pure, it is pure blasphemy, hypocrisy. You know what is right, and you can see what is going on. Or somehow, you are telling yourself that we should pray to God to change their heart. Alaye, the same God that you are praying to change their hearts. Because some of you believe that there are some evil spirits around power. And the only thing that can make the criminal politicians you have in Nigeria to do the right thing is to pray for them. But the evil spirit is not making them steal your money and then empty their bank account and throw all the money on the streets because they are mad. No. So what you are doing is that you are blaspheming God. And it's unfortunate that there is this sizable number of mad people in Nigeria hiding under religion, making the life of these rogues easier. There was a time that Wirewike had something to say about those who send their children abroad for education.
That means you still have to pay for it. And some of these courses, you don't need to send them abroad. What we said in our own case, listen, why do I have to send somebody who wants to study English overseas? Why do I want to send someone who wants to study economics overseas? Why do I want to send someone who wants to read law overseas? When you know that we have very good faculties in these areas, in Nigerian universities. Now, we thought, if I'm sending you overseas, must be on peculiar, very clear areas that we lack, that we want our people to go and study. Maybe some areas of engineering, maybe some areas of medicine, maybe some areas of agriculture, maybe some areas of ICT. Right? So we say, look, for those of them in final year, nuisance Lele.
But guess what? His own son just graduated from Queen Mary College. That he went to go and study law. That's his son. And he, with a wiki, traveled down, and his wife and some other member of his family and those who are like his own political associates, all dressed, all, the flight and everything paid for, to come to London, to come and celebrate his son that came to do his law degree. Very soon, his son will probably be appointed, if he will go back to Nigeria and join law school. And then maybe in another 2 years or so, or 3 years, when I go here say they don't appoint with the weakest son as a magistrate court judge somewhere, in Rivers or somewhere. Like his wife has been appointed as member of the the Supreme Court justice. Do you know that Werewike's wife is among the panel of the Supreme Court justices in Nigeria? So in case if you don't know, those are the people that will determine your 2027 elections, by the way. So very soon you go here say his son that you are seeing his image on your screen is now a judge. At least. Ogunwumiju, whose mother is also a Supreme Court justice. Ogunwumiju became a senior advocate of nuisance in Nigeria in the chamber of Afe Babanlaole, remember? And you were supposed to have, actually, like they said, it takes about 10 years. Okay, it takes about 10 years for you to become a senior advocate of nuisance in that contraption. And also, you must have instituted, and yeah, I don't know if you have to win the cases, you must have instituted at least 10 like serious cases up to the Supreme Court before you can be awarded the senior advocate of nuisance in that contraption. But Ogunwumiju is a senior advocate of nuisance, having joined Afe Babanlaole's chamber, and he became a son within just 3 years. So they celebrated that. So for the future of how to control the political space in that contraption, when they rig election, their children, their wives are the judges. So if you go and compete with them and thinking that there's a, well, you will never think, except if you are so stupid, like that's when you think there's a judicial system that will correct any of those cheating. That's how they build it. That's how they set, that's how they set their own blood in charge of the judiciary. And guess what? They said it is because when they discovered around the 2004, when politicians in Nigeria discovered that, judges are very powerful. Here you get, like instead of having to bribe judges, how about we actually send our own children and our own wives to become judges? Because a judge is so powerful that it can actually declare somebody winner of an election, even if that person did not contest election. Once they discovered that, they started filling the space with their family members, with their children and wives. That's one of them, the hypocrites. Okay? And let's go to the police report. Okay? There is this parade done by the police PRO. They call it Police Public Relation Officer, PPRO, in Abuja, Muyiwa Ladejobi. Now, Muyiwa paraded some group of kidnappers. One of them is the father, of 33 children. 33 children in that contraption. How? Well, they would need to eat. So he became a kidnapper. And it was among those paraded. Others are, ladies who were also kidnappers. They are not like kidnappers for ransom. They kidnap children and give them to families looking to adopt children. They don't give them as an adopted children. They sell them to the families that is ready to pay the price. All of this inside that same contraption. This is a long watch, okay? Let's start with this.
Yali Hassan, male, 35. Ado Aruna, male, 58 years. Musa Yao, male, 58 years. About 58. What are you doing in armed robbery? 58. Smart and I go say now you to the cause problem. That's not the cause problem. One AK-47 rifle, 2 empty magazines, 1 locally fabricated rifle were recovered from them. The first suspect, Inyali Hassan, belongs to a gang, notorious gang, known for operating around the Kaduna-Kano axis. His gang has been involved in 7 different operations in the past year, receiving ransoms ranging from 2 million to 10 million naira. The second suspect, Ado Aruna, is a vigilante of the Angwa Kanawa community, Zaria in Kaduna State. He had contracted a group of kidnappers to adopt one Alhaji Anas Basiru of the same community. who is married to one of his daughters. Alhaji Anas Basiru was abducted alongside his 2 wives, 3 children, and younger brother for over 2 months, and were only released after the payment of 13 million naira, 4 motorcycles, and 300,000 naira Airtel recharge card as ransom. Ado Aruna, as the informant and catalyst of the operation, got the sum of 200,000 naira as a commission. The third suspect, Musa Yao, was contacted by one Alhaji Sabitu, receiving 50,000 naira to kidnap one Alhaji Rabahani Danwada, who he had gotten into a dispute with. Musa Yao then reached out to a group of kidnappers and spearheaded the kidnapping of Alhaji Rabahani Danwada.
Case before this kidnapping victims.
Before now?
Yes, before now.
I said it, there have been in so many kidnapping cases, and his mother, one of the victims adopted, who was almost taken abroad here. Anyway, they take it. They have any case to answer. The major man, the first one is Nyali Hassan. Do you speak English? Let him tell us.
35 years.
35. Are you married? How many wives?
2 wives.
Really? How many children?
He has 10 children.
10.
Yes.
You actually need money. But not in this way. Since when did you start this kidnapping business?
1 year ago.
1
Year ago.
Who introduced you to it? Hmm?
His gang member, Umar.
Where are they now?
Umar are yet to be arrested.
Let's ask him now. Who is this man?
They are in
Kidanda.
Kaduna town.
How much have you realized so far since you started kidnapping business?
Na wata samu a kidnapping din da fara. There was 10 million naira. Yes.
Fada kai baka dinga sa baki so da aji ka.
Okay. He was given 10 million naira. The second one was 7 million.
What did he do with the money?
He bought a vehicle with it.
How many vehicles?
One.
1. How much did you buy it?
Now I can see 1.5 million.
So what did you use the rest money for, the remaining money?
Sauran kudi mai kai da su? He spent
You spend them. How did you get your gun you are using?
ya kai ya samu bindigogin da kuke aiki da su. That it was Umar, his gang leader that brought arms.
Okay. What?
I bet that is from where Bright Edafe got his own line of questioning from. Did you hear questioning? How many children do you have? Then, oh, you need money, but not in this way, not this way, okay? How much money have you made from kidnapping? 15 million. Okay. What did you use the money for? I bought cars. How much did you buy? Did you hear line of questioning? Here is another part.
How many wives do you have?
Martin Kanawa. 4 wives.
How many children? 80.
13 children.
Father of 30 arrested for kidnapping.
Okay, 30.
How many died?
Father of 30 arrested for kidnapping. Yeah, gentlemen of the room, I'm giving you the good headline. 30.
30 children.
Yes, 33, 20 died.
13 alive.